Everybody, so I want to make two videos today. So this video is about what it is like in the psych ward. I've been to the psychiatric ward before. Last time I was there, it was February to March-ish. So yeah, it's not a fun place, so I'm just going to tell you what it's like there. I went to a place called Centerpoint. If you live in the Missouri area, like St. Louis, St. Charles, around there, you probably know what Centerpoint is if you are used to the mental hospitals. Yeah, it was a really long drive. So what happened was, okay, I'll tell you the first story. Okay, so I was in class. I was stapling the cover back onto my notebook, and then some guy was trying to get me in trouble, making a big deal, being like, oh, quit trying to staple your hand, blah, blah, blah. And earlier that morning I was already told not to do anything crazy, otherwise I'm going to get suspended. So that happened. I got suspended. I was sitting in CIC. They said, oh, we're going to go try to find your books, supposedly, and they looked in the wrong backpack. I had a personal backpack where I kept my personal stuff, and they found all of my notebooks, which is bullshit why they read through all of them and stuff. I had books I wrote, poems, songs, everything, and a lot of that stuff was a bit personal and stuff like that, which I wasn't appreciative of. And then they're like, oh, she's not allowed to come back to school until she goes to the mental hospital. And yeah, and then, so they take me there. I go to outpatient for 2 weeks, and then they find out I'm more pretty much insane. So, yeah, I told them about how I tried to attempt suicide, and I showed them all my cut up arms, and they just decided, let's take her to inpatient. So I went to Centerpoint. Most awkward drive ever because my dad had to take me, and that was like a 2-hour drive. I tried to play dead the whole time, like, you know, pretend I'm sleeping. It was a terrible drive. I got there at like 3-ish. They had to do a mental evaluation, or like, you're staying here at the hospital. They made myself a bed. I was with the little kids at the time because they couldn't find any room with the older kids. So yeah, and then I eventually got to go in at like 8-something. Our bedtime there was 8 o'clock to 8:30, no later, not even on weekends. So I woke up there. I was lucky enough for the first night to get a single room, but that was my only night I got a single room. But I woke up at 6 o'clock. First day you're on lockdown because you're on unit lockdown because you're new and stuff. So I stayed there until the afternoon. They bring in all your food. You just sit there in a room and watch TV. But I was able to go to lunch and stuff. There was another girl who was a year younger than me. She had to stay there, but because the lady liked me, she let me go to lunch and be off lockdown. I'm sorry about that. So yeah, I got to go to lunch. Food is okay. It's not like hospital food, like the terrible stuff like when you're in bed and stuff, but it's not the best. So you do that, you go back, pretty much all you do is watch TV there. I was with a bunch of little kids, and they're really hyper and stuff like that. But yeah, the thing I don't like about the mental hospital is they have cameras in all your rooms with microphones, and even in the bathroom they have microphones. I'm like, I'm sorry, but I can't do that. And yeah, so then the second night I had to share a room because there was another kid, and in the single room there's restraints on the bed, so he just slept there while he got shots and stuff, which is terrible. So yeah, second night I was there, I got put in a padded cell for trying to leave, and they made me take medicine that I was allergic to and stuff, and yeah, I was just like, I was fighting to stay awake. I think I like eventually fell asleep at 3 o'clock because the medicine also helps you like knock you out, and I was just like fighting to stay awake. I was like, no, and I was like dragging myself against the wall, just like drooling in a container because for some reason that medicine really makes you drool a lot. Don't ask. and I tried to put it under my tongue, but she stayed in the room long enough to where it eventually dissolved, and it was just nasty. So yeah, the padded cells aren't really fun at all. I don't like them, but yeah. Third day I was sleeping all day because the medicine, I was still knocked out by it, and I was also allergic to it, so I took a sick day, supposedly, you would like to say. Did that. Like, fourth day, like, we have to wake up, make our beds, do all that. I had to get shots, like, which really sucked because I had to get my blood drawn. They didn't know what they were doing, so my arm was like blue after that. It really sucked. And they had to wake us up at 4 to do that. I'm just like, can't you let me sleep in just a little bit more? Then we all went to go get breakfast. Went back to the room, watched some TV. We went to, I think they called it ATV or AT, room. That's art. We went to go do art. I mean, this is pretty much our average day. We went to go do art, we came back, watched a little bit more TV, had lunch, went to PE. I hate PE there. All what they make us do was make us run in circles or dump balls out and have to go pick them up. I seriously didn't like it. Let's see. And then we went back, had dinner, went back to PE, and just stuff like that. That's a pretty much average day in the psych ward. Nothing other than that we really get to do. We don't get to go outside at all, which really sucks because after being there in a while, you really appreciate going outside. My parents came every single day for like a half an hour. That was visiting time. They brought me McDonald's usually because there was a McDonald's right out there by my window, and it was like, oh my god. I was there for Valentine's Day too, so they had to bring me chocolates, which was nice, but I didn't of course get to have them because they like lock everything up in a closet, which really sucks. Let's see, yeah, you're not allowed to have anything. Your beds are about this thick with towels that you get to use as blankets. They monitor you every 5 minutes. They'll come into your room just looking to make sure you didn't kill yourself already. I'm sorry, that sounds terrible, but it's really true. I used to bang on my windows, like, seeing if any of the people from the outside could see me and help me get out. Nobody ever ended up seeing me. I was this close to, like, smashing my window out because I was really that pissed off because, you know, I don't like being there, obviously, because it's just full restrictions, everything. But yeah, I just spent a while there. I don't really want to go over everything else because it's just kind of repetitive. But yeah, that's what it pretty much is, life in the psych ward. Comment down below if you have any other questions. Yeah, I think I ended up spending like 2 weeks there, but yeah, bye.